From the Jeannie Hayes Virtual Studio, this is Marquette Now.
Good evening and welcome to Marquette Now. I'm Isabel Bobrake.
And I'm Aviral Rajvanshi. Thanks for joining us.
Coming up, remembering those lost a year ago in the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy.
How can you find closure in something so evil because it can't be explained?
Strutting down the Bayanihan Student Organization's runway.
An artist who uses skin as her canvas.
Expensive, and I've kind of always been into art, so I figured why not just buy a tattoo gun.
And later, men's basketball faces a David versus Goliath matchup with a historic result.
Marquette's commencement ceremony is experiencing some changes.
Some students care, others are not too worried.
Marquette University announces that graduates will only receive 4 tickets for guests to attend the undergraduate commencement ceremony.
The university crediting this change to a larger than average class of 2023.
Students will have to electronically send tickets to their 4 guests in order to enter the arena for commencement.
People always find a way to get tickets. Personally, I only need 3 because most of my family's out of town anyway. So I can just sell a ticket. But I guess it's sort of surprising considering it's at the Pfizer, it's huge. So let people bring who they want.
Many students note that there are ways around this change by selling tickets to other students, similar to a Marquette basketball game.
Last one, so someone can bring 5 guests, people will be, I've already had group chats going off, who has an extra ticket.
Undergraduate commencement will take place Saturday, May 20th, and graduate commencement will not be affected by this change. Coming in from Waukesha today, Darrell Brooks Jr. files a notice to appeal his conviction. Waukesha citizens are reflecting on that tragic Christmas parade tragedy 1 year ago. Many gather as the city holds a vigil to remember the 6 lives lost last November. Marquette Now's Andrew Hubbock brings us more from Waukesha.
November 21st is a date etched into the minds of residents here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. On this day last year, a Christmas parade with the goal of celebrating peace and love abruptly stopped.
Unfortunately, this iconic event was senselessly interrupted by a cowardly act of violence.
Now, over the last couple of weeks, the trial of Darrell Brooks Jr. has come to a close as he receives a life sentence in prison. However, that's not really on the minds of those here at the Waukesha Vigil behind me.
We know that there's always tomorrow.
Carmen De La Paz grew up in Waukesha, but since moved away.
I'm just proud to be from Waukesha. I've had many different adventures in my life. I've traveled the world.
Upon hearing about the tragedy in her hometown, she knew she had to give back to a community that gave so much to her.
My sculpture is reflecting my new image of Waukesha Strong, but instead of thinking of strong like a closed fist, I opened up the hands, and the heart is right in the middle of the 2 hands.
The heart in these hands represents the town that wears their heart on their sleeves. They may never find the same peace in Waukesha, but the community here is strong and will only grow closer over time.
Will Waukesha ever find closure from this? No, I don't think it will fully find closure in it. How can you find closure in something so evil because it can't be explained?
There may never be true closure for the people here. Despite heavy-hearted efforts to be Waukesha strong and to keep moving forward, the residents of Waukesha might always need someone to lean on. Reporting from Waukesha, I'm Andrew Hubbock, Marquette Wire News.
Attendees of the vigil receive blue light bulbs to display in their houses. While they light up Waukesha in memory of the victims throughout the holiday season, back on campus, Marquette is named a Green College. By the Princeton Review, the university is recognized for its performance as an environmentally aware institution.
I I think that Marquette really deserves this award because in recent years especially they've been increasing the amount of sustainability things they've done on campus and especially like the projects they've been working on.
Sustainable resources at Marquette include ride-sharing programs, clothing swaps, water runoff infrastructure, and more.
Marquette students host various service events throughout the year, but this Marquette cultural organization adds some flair to their fundraising. Marquette Now's Kate Flynn takes us to the runway.
Fashion, dance, and cheers are the ABCs of the BSO fashion show. The Biennial Student Organization brought in friends, family, staff, and alum to the Alumni Memorial Union for the 26th annual event, this year sporting the theme Endless Summer.
This was my first fashion show, so I really didn't have any expectations going into it. I'm really proud of the performers. I know they put in a lot of work into it, and they can give the three of us as much credit as they could, but honestly, it was a lot of the performers. They put in so much work into it, and I'm so proud of them.
While it may be a fashion show, BSO's event offered dancing, t-shirts, gift baskets, and more, all in the name of a worthy charity.
The overall goal is giving clean water to the Philippines, and it's such a small idea that many people overlook, and so we thought it was really important to help them out.
The event raised over $3,500, securing their title as the most successful student fundraiser on Marquette campus.
Turnout was great, everything went great. We raised a lot of money for an amazing charity, and I just couldn't be happier about the turnout.
BSO is a Filipino cultural organization, but at this fundraiser, everyone is invited to partake.
We have more than just Filipinos in the group, so promoting just the Asian culture in general, or even beyond that. I know this year we even had some Latin American people model in the show, so just trying to promote as many cultures as we can.
BSO looks forward to planning next year's event, as community and charity never goes out of style. I'm Kate Flynn, Marquette Wire News.
The group's fundraiser is still ongoing. Donations can be made on BSO's GoFundMe page. Milwaukee Municipal Court Judge Derek Mosley will become the director of Marquette Law School's Lubar Center in January. Mosley hopes that his 2 decades of experience will help him connect with the Marquette community while continuing his relationship with the other Wisconsin residents.
During that 20 years, I've amassed this, knowledge of not only neighborhoods in the city of Milwaukee and in the county of Milwaukee as well, but also different people. The purpose of the center is to bring people together to speak. And I like to think of the Lubar Center as Marquette's town hall. So a place where people can come in and learn about different topics.
Mosley emphasizes that the Lubar Center is a place for all students and community members to learn. Be on the lookout for events beginning next semester.
The Lubar Center isn't the only initiative in the law school getting a new director. Milwaukee County Circuit Court Chief Judge Mary E. Trigiano is named director of the Andrew Center for Restorative Justice. Trigiano serves as a circuit court judge in Milwaukee County. She will begin her role at the law school in 2023. Looking to dress for success in an interview or internship? Look no further than right here on campus.
Marquette's Career Closet offers opportunities for students to get free professional attire.
The organization hosts pop-up events allowing those who need clothes to browse the collection.
There's a really good community of Marquette faculty, staff, students as well, who have all come together to donate items or to volunteer their time.
The goal of the organization is to help students get a jump start in finding professional opportunities.
All students are invited to donate used clothes at the drop-off box in the 707 hub.
I'm Megan Mueller with a peek at your current weather. Right now we're looking at about 26 degrees here in Milwaukee with humidity about 48%. No snow so far, but it is a little breezy with winds coming in at about 20 miles an hour from the west. But that's it for right now, but stick around because temperatures are bouncing around a little bit, and I'll let you know what you should expect as we head into the holiday season. So I'll have all of that and more when we come back.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back to Marquette Now. I'm Megan Ward with a closer look at your weather. Heading into tonight, we're going to be sitting at about 19 degrees, a little humid at 52%. Still no chance of snow as of now, but it is still going to be a little breezy with winds coming in from the west at about 14 miles per hour. Now looking into our state overnight lows. Up in Minocqua, it's going to be really chilly, but down here in Milwaukee, it's going to be a little bit warmer at about the 19 degrees, but still all across the board, pretty cold night. Now looking into tomorrow's highs, again, Milwaukee's kind of be the hottest part of the state at around 36 degrees, up in Superior around 27, Eau Claire 31 degrees. Now looking into our weather down in Milwaukee, right around 36, humidity 39%, so not as much as today. Still no chance of snow, but we do have winds coming in from the southwest at about 12 miles per hour. Now looking into our extended 5-day forecast. The next few days are going to be nice and sunny with some good temperatures of 48. 28 drops a little bit, we got 43, but then Monday and Tuesday it's going to be cold and there's a chance of snow around those days. Now, Avi and Isabel, I don't know about you guys, but I am not quite ready for winter to come upon us, so those numbers are a little scary for me.
Oh yeah, definitely, Megan. I'm trying to spend as much time as I can inside. It's so cold.
Yeah, I'm scared I'm going to be blown away walking to class. I need my hat and my cabin socks for sure. Make some room, Gonzo, Statler, and Waldorf. New Muppets take the spotlight of the LGBTQ Resource Center and Late Night Marquette's Muppet Making event. Supplies and tutorials help Muppet makers of all skill levels make their unique puppets, even with a little inspiration from Mario Kart.
So I think that's the goal here. I think that's funny. Yeah, I like that.
Crafting with Compassion is the theme of the night to bring healing through expression during Trans Compassion Week. The next late night event is Happy Holidays Trivia tomorrow night at 9 p.m. in the Annex, featuring fun facts about Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas. Marquette offers different resources to students stuck with the typical workload of homework assignments, but a hidden gem in Rainer Library's basement is becoming a great place to work. Marquette Now's Chesney Wardell has more.
Nothing more handy-dandy than Marquette's Digital Scholarship Lab. The area comes in clutch with serving Marquette students with tools as simple as a marker and calculator, or even more needful things like a MacBook and camera. Digital Humanities Specialist Elizabeth Washinek is just happy to assist those so they won't have to need for anything.
So we offer that as a resource for students to kind of fill an equipment or technology gap that, maybe it's not worth it to invest for them personally right now in this, but we have the resources here.
Expect to walk into a wonderland of technology because it gets more advanced. Ever needed a 3D printer or a VR set? Washinek and other faculty members of the department assist about 100 students a day with these checkout requests.
So space, equipment, technology, and then a lot of instruction as well.
Serena Bekteshi works her fingers to the bone in the lab because it also lets students check out different bones and muscle skeletons for those taking anatomical classes.
It's been a grade saver, it's helped me with practicing my grades.
However, the only problem Bekteshi has is the Digital Scholarship Lab not having enough of those skeletons and models to practice on for everyone. Students in STEM should run and not walk to the lab to check out what they need before it's too late.
There's over 200 students that need those models, and there's maybe 2 skeletons and a few muscle parts.
We have such a robust kind of system for the things we support, the students will help, and the work we're trying to do.
And with that robust system, all it takes is a swipe of your MUID and your equipment agreement signature, then you're all done with checkout. It's just that easy. I'm Chesney Wardell, Marquette Wire.
Well, I certainly know where I'll be headed for these last 2 weeks of the semester. Hopefully band members have time to study for finals too. Sound the drums, the wind ensemble steps it up for their fall concert. Have a listen to the woodwinds, the bass, and the percussion before we take you from stage to poolside.
Marquette's log rolling teams holds a pumpkin plunge competition at the Hellfayer Rec Center. Log rolling is a traditional lumberjack sport. Marquette's club team participates in competitions for amateur log rollers.
Log rolling has changed my life, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Just being able to come together as a group like this, it's one of the greatest experiences, we could have as a team.
The team will be participating in Rock the Rec this Friday and Saturday at the Rec Center at 7 p.m.
Small businesses on Marquette's campus come in many different forms, but some remain permanent. Marquette Now's TJ Dysart has more.
Humphrey Hall may be home to mostly athletes, but sophomore Izzy Ward is proving that the popular dorm may have more to offer.
Which way? Yeah.
After nearly 10 professional tattoos, Ward decided it was time to take matters into her own hands. Literally.
I got into it because I really hate paying for tattoos. They're so expensive, and I've kind of always been into art, so I figured why not just buy a tattoo gun and save all that money.
But saving money isn't the only thing she's doing with her tattoo gun. She's also making money.
I have a whiteboard out on my door that says I do tattoos, and it has my Instagram on there. So yeah, I just promote myself through social media pretty much.
Herself, and I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
She always had a passion for art. She used to draw on her doors and make it cool galaxies and stuff. And so she fell in love with tattoos, watching tattoo shows and all sorts of stuff. So seeing her watching and critique on there to critiquing her own stuff was really, really cool, especially to see how far she's come to her first to now. It's really cool.
Thank you.
That was the first big one she did, and that's when I was like, because I can get if she can do that, she can do a lot.
And while Nate may be one of the rare clients who doesn't have to pay for tattoos, students can book an appointment with Izzy for a very affordable price.
I hate it. My dad has a tattoo, and it says his nickname and the year he was born, but he told them the wrong year. So I was like, how embarrassing.
I'm TJ Dysart, Marquette Wire News.
I wonder if Izzy does Christmas-themed tattoos. Advent gets underway and the countdown to Christmas has begun. There will be 2 Christmas concerts on December 4th. The Jazz Band, Symphonic Orchestra, and Wind Ensemble will hold one at 2 p.m. The Gospel Choir will hold theirs at 7 p.m. The Christmas tree lighting outside the Joan of Arc Chapel will take place on December 6th. More information about Advent events can be found on Marquette Today. The tree will be shining bright, but a singing group already is.
The Melodies a cappella group welcomes in guests to their fall concert.
The Melodies are celebrating their 10th anniversary of performing.
They're aiming to raise money with this concert to help create a studio EP.
To me, the Mel's is not only a place where I can sing, because I love to sing obviously, but it's also a group of just the most amazing women I've ever met. They're my best friends. We're like sisters.
As we head to break, sit back and enjoy their rendition of Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back. I'm Emma Kroll with your Marquette Now Sports Report. The basketball madness has come to Milwaukee just a little bit early. The men's basketball team shocks the rest of the world by taking down the number 6 ranked Baylor Bears on Tuesday night. Although cold on the outside, the Golden Eagles heat things up inside of Pfizer Forum, going on a 32-7 run in the span of 8 minutes. Sophomore guard Cam Jones caps off an electric first half for Marquette with a 3-pointer at the buzzer to send the Golden Eagles into the locker room with a 51-25 lead. Baylor comes out of the break hoping to claw away at Marquette's lead by cashing in on its first 10 shots of the half. But Marquette's defense won't let up, and the Golden Eagles go on to upset the Bears 96-64. Junior forward Olivier Maxence Prosper scores a game-high 24 points, with sophomore guard Cam Jones and sophomore forward David Joplin adding 20 and 19 points respectively. This win marks the highest ranked victory in the Shaka Smart era and the biggest loss for Baylor as a top 10 team in program history. This ranked upset comes after the women's basketball team picks up its highest ranked win in program history by stunning the previously ranked number 3 Texas Longhorns in the battle for Atlantis. The women's basketball team is coming off a lopsided 83-40 victory over St. Francis this past Sunday. Junior forward Liza Carlin leads the way for the Golden Eagles, finishing with 18 points, with every other player getting on the scoreboard. Coach Duffy's squad will head into conference play with just 1 loss on the season. Cue the music, because the Marquette volleyball team is officially putting on their dancing shoes. After receiving the 4th seed in the Texas bracket, the Golden Eagles will be hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA volleyball tournament. This bid comes after Marquette takes silver in the Big East tournament.
Hopefully the crowd gets rocking, and we'll hope for an awesome student turnout. I love the Thursday night feel. I think they'll be excited to come. It's a night, hopefully they don't have 10 exams on Friday, and they'll be ready to have some fun at our game.
Coming up this week in athletics, the women's volleyball kicks off their quest for the national championship against Ball State tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the Al McGuire Center in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Women's basketball opens up conference play this weekend as they travel to the nation's capital to face off against Georgetown and then to New Jersey to take on Seton Hall. The men's basketball team goes head-to-head with its in-state rival Wisconsin on Saturday at 3 p.m., 3:30 in the Pfizer Forum. Marquette will end its 4-game homestand against NC Central on Tuesday at 7:30. But that's it for sports. But don't go anywhere. Marquette Now will be right back with our Down to the Wire segment.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. Honey, have you seen my cell phone? But don't just imagine.
My park came to life?
Ooh, a plot twist.
Use STEM to build, create.
She did it.
And change the world.
Who's with me?
I'm more of a 2 feet on the ground kind of guy. It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving.
Welcome back. I'm Isabel Boombrake.
And I'm Aviral Rajvanshi. Marquette Wire Executive News Editor Julia Abuzahab joins us now for tonight's edition of Down to the Wire.
She's with Marquette Radio General Manager Emily Bittman to talk about their Studio 7 series, which began earlier this semester. Julia?
Thanks, Abby and Izzy. And thank you so much, Emily, for joining me here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So they were mentioning Studio 7. What exactly is Studio 7?
Absolutely, yeah. So Studio 7 is a brand new series that we've introduced at The Wire. It's a collaboration between Marquette Radio as well as Marquette TV, and it gives us a chance to feature local artists where they have both a performance and an interview within a live session. So you can watch it on TV, you can listen on radio, and it's just a really good chance for us to spotlight local artists that need more recognition. We've already had the chance to feature, 3 local artists, Lobe, Camwell, as well as Man Wolves is from Chicago. They're a bigger group, but it's been so awesome to just do this and have this collaboration.
And now, speaking of artists that you guys have previously featured, where can people go and watch those old videos?
Absolutely, yes. So you can check it out on Marquette University Television's YouTube channel. And yeah, I don't know, they're all available under the live session, so yeah.
And so now this started earlier this semester. How did Marquette Radio kind of formulate this idea?
Absolutely, yes. So I do have to credit our music directors because they really have been the ones that are, pushing through with this idea. We came together and we're like, we really want to do some sort of live series, especially since so many local radio stations or other colleges do something like this. I know we were really inspired by NPR Tiny Desk. They'll always feature an artist and have it in their office, which is so cool, as well as Indiana University, WIUX. They've been doing live sessions forever. They, started out in a house and now they're in their studio. So we were just really inspired by this. So Rashad and Sam, we all came together and worked with MUTV to try to make this dream come to life.
And so your next Studio 7 is coming up this Sunday. What can people kind of expect from it?
Absolutely, yes. So we're having on Milwaukee artist Crawl Space. They're a group of 5 people. They have very lo-fi indie music, some acoustic. I would say it's kind of like folk Americana. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think we've had an artist that is like this chill yet. So I think it'll be a good change of pace. I will actually be interviewing. So if you want to see me again, I'll be on our Studio 7. It's going to be this Sunday. Live at 5 p.m. and you can watch on Marquette University Television, or you can also watch, or you can listen on MUR.
And now with this coming up, what do you guys kind of do behind the scenes to make this all possible?
Of course, yeah, behind the scenes is probably my favorite part. It all started out with our application process. So like I said, our music directors, Sam and Rashad, put this together, and we actually have 26 artists and groups that applied to be part of this program, which just really goes to show that it's such a unique opportunity that not a lot of other radio stations or a lot of colleges are doing. But yeah, there's so much that goes into behind the scenes, whether it comes to writing a script, writing interview questions, planning what the lighting is going to look like, figuring out volunteers that can help us, making a poster. So it really is such a good collaboration that brings so many people together.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Emily. That's all the time that we have for tonight, but definitely make sure to check out Studio 7 this Sunday, and I'll throw it back to Izzy and Avi in the studio.
Thanks, Julia. That's our report for tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Isabel Bonebreak.
And I'm Aviral Rajvanshi. Remember to check out MarquetteWire.org for all the latest campus news. We'll be back with next Wednesday with our final show of 2022. Have a good night, Marquette.
Forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Before we celebrate the freedom most